What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some fall makeup because despite my resistance, it is fall. I don't know if it officially is, but it's the middle of September, which means apples, pumpkins, fall tones, and fall makeup, which I actually really love, but I've just been reluctant to let go of summer. So I thought it's time to do a fall makeup tutorial. I shot my stash a little bit for this video, so we're just gonna do a get ready with me and talk about some of my favorite fall makeup and apply it. But before we get into the video, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video for more relatable beauty content. I am really small and growing, so every subscriber really means a lot to me and helps me out. So let's just get into the fall makeup. So I got a fall vibe going. I got my fall tone shirt on. I got some coffee, and I don't really have any fall mugs, but a mug makes me feel more like fall. And I'm having an afternoon pick-me-up. And then I got out a brand new candle that I got for Christmas last year. It's from a local candle company. I think it's local, Swan Creek Candle Co. That's the top of it, and it smells amazing. I think it's a soy candle, and it's pumpkin caramel drizzle or something like that. It's not a candle I would typically pick for myself. I like something a little more fruity and refreshing, like apple-y, but my mother-in-law got me that for Christmas and I never burnt it, so I figured it was the perfect time. And also, I would just throw in, if you want to know the reality behind this aesthetic, this is iced coffee because it's really 85 degrees here today. I don't know, we had a sudden heat wave, so I got iced coffee in my mug. And my usual setup, so my usual setup is here, and I took down like the makeup products I have here, and I put my candle here, and then I was like, what is that smell? Well, you can't put a candle here because you're gonna burn this, like there's a char mark there. So yeah, I literally would have started a fire if I would have kept the candle there. So that is the reality. Oh, and this shirt is a bodysuit that's not tucked in, and I have yoga pants on. So just a little reality check of how YouTube looks behind the scenes. But anyway, I zoomed you in a little bit for this tutorial. I'm going to do my brows first, which I usually do. I have not been able to put down these Charlotte Tilbury brow products since they sent them to me. They sent the Brow Lift. Yeah, this is the Brow Lift, which is thicker. The Brow Cheat is a thinner brow pencil. This is the Legendary Brow, which is a tinted brow gel, and then I really love the clear brow gel as well. Like, I could use any of them and be happy, so I'm just gonna throw on some brows real quick. I need a coaster for my coffee. I'm trying to film a couple of videos because it is currently Friday, and next Thursday, which sounds like a long time from now, but it's gonna creep up fast. We are going to Ireland for 10 days. I've already shared that on my Instagram. If you don't follow me there, it is at Erin's Beauty Obsession, the same name. I actually started out over there and then started this YouTube channel. So I am trying to film a few videos to try to have edited and put out while I'm there. I'm not sure if I'll get more than one a week. I have about 3 weeks off of work, which I'm very excited for, but I do want to utilize it as time off. And I'm sure I'll film videos when I get back, but I don't want to be stressed out about rushing home and creating content, so I'm just trying to do that in the midst of preparing and packing and whatnot. I already got my hair done. I got my hair cut and like a couple foils yesterday, and I think it looks really nice. I thought about going darker for fall, but I just think most flattering on me is a little bit brighter. I have light brown hair to start, so I don't really think that like the darker tones necessarily are the most flattering on me. I'm not super tanned, but I will of course self-tan before I go because, you know, the prep for vacation. I'm gonna get my nails done. I don't usually get my nails done, I usually do them myself, but I'm actually treating myself and getting my nails done next week. And then I gotta do the self-tan, shave my face, give myself a little facial, you know, you gotta feel good before you go on vacation. So now that my brows are done, I'm going to apply some Smashbox Primerizer. None of this is fall related, but it's just makeup related. I just made a post on my Instagram page about primers. I need to get my hair out of my face. About primers that I'm trying to use up. I used to be really, really into primers, and I still enjoy primers, but I feel like this summer I've been really into like glowy sunscreens, and a lot of times I'm applying my sunscreen right before my makeup, so I don't really need to layer on a glowy primer as well. But I have a feeling I will get more use out of them again as it gets more dry out. And then I'm going to layer on some No Poreblem primer from Touch and Soul. This was a primer I'm trying to use up as well. This one is probably about halfway gone, so that's not too bad. I'm just trying to be really conscious about, I haven't really shopped much makeup in the last month or so. I brought a few things during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I don't even think, I thought about doing like a haul video to show you guys what I got, but I don't really think I even got enough to do that. I picked up two of the Urban Decay shadows. I got some Tula skincare on the Diamond Appreciation Day. What else did I get? Oh, and I got the Naba highlight. That's literally all I got. So I've been trying to just scale back purchases, especially since I've been receiving more in PR and through the Oxley app for review, which is I'm very thankful for, so I don't have to spend my money. So yeah, so I'm just trying to like shop my stash and use up products I have, and I know a lot of other people are in the same boat as well. I think I'm gonna apply foundation and then do eyes and then go back to face, which is my favorite order to apply things. I'm gonna apply this Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation in the shade Light 60N. This is one of my all-time favorite, at least since it came out. It's been one of my favorite drugstore foundations. It's just so good. I'm gonna take it on this Luxie brush, just kind of blend it in here. I didn't put earrings on yet. I have some cute earrings I want to wear, but I find that when I put earrings on, I don't blend well enough right here, or when I have them on before I do my foundation. I'm not really blending over my ears as well as I should, and then I look later and this isn't blended. Don't worry, we're gonna get into some actual fall makeup, but you know, you have to apply the foundation, which doesn't really change. I'm just applying a light layer. My skin has been struggling, I don't know, over the last couple days because, not really because it's doing anything. I do get clogged pores, but when I do, I tend to just pick at them and create a mountain out of a molehill, you know? So I've been letting that heal, and I'm doing my best to leave my skin alone before we go and not create more issues, because we're going to be wearing masks a lot. And my skin is already going to be trying to cope with travel, weather change, all that good stuff. So that looks really nice. I love this foundation just as much as I remember loving it. Let's move on to eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes with a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape in Fair, because this is too light for me unless I mix it with another concealer. And I don't have my normal Urban Decay primer, eye primer by me. Wow, even that is too much. I wish I could play music in the background of these Get Ready With Me's, because, I mean, maybe I'll add some later, but like for me to just like hang out in silence is not my jam. I like to listen to music constantly. I listen to it at home, I listen to it at work. It just makes me in a better mood. And I have pretty much a playlist for every mood, so to just have to sit here and film my makeup without music, it's kind of depressing, but it is what it is. I did pull quite a few palettes just to see what makes me think of fall, and I don't have as many, at least I didn't like search deep into my drawers, but I don't have as many as I thought. I pulled these two Natasha Denona. Oh, I thought I should mention too that fall makeup does not have to be warm tones. I think the basic bitch in us thinks like burgundies and mustards and warm tones, which is what I'm gonna do today, but it can also be like mauves and deep cool tones as well. So we're just gonna lean more towards the warm tones today, but let me know if you want to see like a more cool tone purpley look, because honestly I've been way more into cool tones purpley tones the last couple months anyway, and I don't always feel the most comfortable with super warm tones on my like fair, cool tone skin. So let me know if you want to see the other side of a fall tutorial. So I pulled this Violet Voss palette. I haven't used this in forever. This is the Holy Grail palette. I pulled two Natasha Denona palettes, the Cranberry palette, which is almost makes me think of a Christmassy palette. I don't know if that's because I got this around Christmas time. And then this is probably my favorite little fall palette. It is the Natasha Denona Mini Sunset palette. I also gravitate a lot more towards smaller palettes lately. This is Urban Decay Naked Honey. I think this would look really pretty and not so matchy with what I have on. And then one that I forgot about is Anastasia Modern Renaissance. But I think what I want to do is kind of mix the two of these if I feel so inclined, and then I did pull a couple single shadows that maybe we will get to using. I also pulled this Kosas Globe 10-second shadow. We'll see. We're just gonna play, and I have a whole thing of clean brushes here, which feels good because I put off cleaning my brushes for way too long. I know I'm not the only one who does that. Because this one has more mattes, I'm gonna go into the shade Sweet from the Urban Decay palette and just kind of set my entire my entire eye. I'm just gonna set that shadow down and kind of work it into the crease. It's a little bit deeper than the Really Fair concealer. And then after this, I think I'm going to film a pack with me for Ireland. I asked you guys if you would be interested in seeing that on Facebook, and most of you said yes. So I think I will film that after this. I just thought I would kill two birds with one stone and put my makeup on and do it with you guys. Now I'm going to mix the shades Swarm and Keeper, the two kind of mid-toned mattes. These shades perform beautifully. I tend to forget about this palette because it is so warm that I don't always reach for it, because I don't know why. I don't gravitate to really, really warm shades as much, but every time I wear them, I really think the warm tones bring out my green. My eyes are kind of a mix between green and blue depending on what I'm wearing, and they do look really flattering on my eyes. I just don't know if it's always the most flattering with my skin. But this Naked Honey palette is really, really nice. Now I'm going to mix these two shades, Hive and Drip, and just kind of deepen the outer corner. We're not doing anything revolutionary here. I just want to use pretty warm tones. Just focusing that on the outer corner. And I don't always really like really yellow golds on my lid. I just think it looks kind of tacky on me. I like a more neutral gold. These are really, really yellow. I don't really reach for those much. But I do think these mattes look really, really nice. I think what I'm going to do is take this lightest shimmer. I think it's called the shade Guava. I never know if these are backwards or not. It's either Guava or Halo. I feel like it's probably Halo. I'm going to take that on my finger and just tap it all over my lid. I just like that that's not so intensely yellow. I'm going to go back in with that brush that had the brown on it. I'm going to go in with this yellowy transition shade and just kind of buffer on the edges just to bring that color out again. Make it a little more warm. And then my favorite thing to do is just tap a really bright shimmer or sparkle in the center, and I'm trying to see what I all pulled out here. I think I'm going to use the shade Frosty Foil. No, Melted Crystal from Ciate. This is their Prismetal shadows. I'm just going to tap that in the very, very center. It's a little peachy. and a little brighter than the shimmer from the Natasha Denona palette. And just adding a little of that to my lid, the center of it, just adds a little bit of brightness down the center. And I rarely do an eye look without doing this. It's one of my favorite tricks. And I did post about this just about every Tuesday. I try to do it every Tuesday. I do a makeup tip on my Instagram feed, and I did talk about this tip. So make sure you're following me there if you like little quick tips on Reels. Now I feel like I can put on the earrings I wanted to wear. These are from my favorite earring shop, my friend's earring shop, Simply Made by Becca. Becca with K. And you can find her on Instagram. She makes amazing, amazing earrings. And I just love these warm, mustardy earrings. I'm going to leave the eyes as they are for now. I'm going to put on some concealer. I'm going to use these two concealers together, the Tarte Shape Tape and the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is too dark, this is too light, but I want to use them both up. They're both a little bit older in my collection. So, you know, if something's not the perfect shade for you, which it often isn't because it's hard to pick shades, I just like to mix. It's not too bad for like right on my blemishes. For under my eyes it's a little bit dark, so I'm just going to add the tiniest dot of the Shape Tape. Ooh, that was probably too much. In Fair, because that'll add just a little bit of brightness. I'm going to go in with my Rare Beauty concealer brush. It's probably my favorite concealer brush, at least for under my eyes. It just gets in like the little folds of your eyes with the shape so nicely, and it blends out without taking away coverage or making it cakey. I just love it. I think the main trick to not making your under eyes look cakey is less product. Less is more. The more you apply, the more there is to crease and look cakey and kind of build up on your skin. I kind of feel that way about all base products. Didn't always feel that way or realize it. But the way I apply my base products has definitely evolved over the time. I've been just trying to learn my preferences and learn more about makeup. I pulled this blush from Rituel de Fille. It's the Inner Glow Cream Pigment in the shade Delirium. I just really haven't given this a fair shot since I bought it, and it seems like the perfect fall blush. I'm going to use my favorite e.l.f. airbrush stipple brush, and I think I'm just going to put it right in the brush right in there, and then kind of stipple it back on my hand to warm the product up a little bit. I tested these out right when I bought these, but I bought a couple things from Rituel de Fille, but I couldn't remember. I really never gave them a fair shot. It has like a lavender scent, which I don't honestly love. I don't really need my makeup to be scented. It can feel fancy without the fragrance. I'd rather my products show that they are fancy by having amazing formulas, not amazing fragrance, because I have amazing fragrances in my collection for that. I'm just going to take my foundation brush and kind of go around where I put too much blush and clean it up a little bit. I saw someone on my Instagram using this the other day, and I thought I really need to pull that out and give it another shot because it's been so long. It's the Ambient Lighting Powder from Hourglass in Luminous Light. I've been seeing all the holiday releases come out, and they have a palette of the ambient lighting powders and blushes and bronzers coming out, which I really enjoy, but I need to get use out of the products I already have from them. I don't usually set my whole face with this, but I'm going to give it a shot because I really haven't been into powder, like much setting powder, the last couple months. So this might be a good option because it's so finely milled and glowy. We'll see how this holds up. When I first got this, I would kind of use it to top other powders, but since my makeup style has evolved, I really don't use much powder, and like this on top of another powder is definitely too much powder for me in general. So we will see how I like that. Just tapping out the one wrinkle in my forehead I have. The perks of being 30. I'm going to take the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I haven't used this one in a minute. It is in the shade Sunkissed. Really love this bronzer. I just felt like using a powder bronzer today. I've been back into powder bronzers lately. I like both. But I think my favorite is to use like cream and powder, cream blush and highlight and powder bronzer. I think that's my favorite way to apply creams and powders together. For highlight, I pulled one of my favorite loose highlights that I haven't used in a long time. It's from Artist Couture. It's the Summer Haze Diamond Glow Powder. This is just a beautiful, I don't want to tip it too much because it can be messy, but it's a beautiful like peachy, not too golden, not too anything color. It's just beautiful. It is a very, very fine micro glitters, but nothing that's chunky. It's just, it's gorgeous and I still love it. I just need to show it more love because it is more of an intense highlight. It's really gonna buff it out. We're just gonna be really glowy today. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that blush because sometimes when you apply all your other powders and everything, the blush kind of gets lost. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit more just to make sure we can see the blush. I love the combo of like the reddish cheek and the golden warm toned eye. The skin's looking really, really nice. Let's finish up the eyes and then we will do lips. Just gonna tap out any creases with my concealer, but it's overall looking really nice. I'm taking the brush that had that yellowy transition brown and just going with what I had left and buffing it out my lower lash line. And then I'm just going to take the shade Sting, the darkest brown from the Honey palette, and just kind of stamp that along my lash line. I feel like it needs just a little bit of depth and I'm too lazy to get up and get a round liner. But this is a lot more forgiving than an actual liner because you can apply it and just kind of stamp it on and then buff it out. I'm gonna bring it kind of up into my crease a little bit. So my camera overheated and shut off when I was applying that brown shadow, so I just finished blending that out along my lash line, and then I applied the Ciate Wonderwand mascara, which I really enjoy, but I think it's running out, so I'm trying to finish that up before it dries out. And then all we have left is lips. So I'm thinking like kind of a dark nude lip for fall. I'm actually going to apply some of this Limitless brown pencil from Makeup Forever, just as a darker liner. I would usually use Versatile Chestnut, but I think it's upstairs in my purse. I need to get 2 of those because I just used it. It's like a really kind of cool tone brown. And then I pulled out, it's the last month of Becca. So this is Becca Truffle, which is kind of a warm nude. Like the combo of like warm and cool tones. Gonna blend that liner in. That looks really pretty. We could just definitely leave it there, but I also pulled out this Buxom Plumping Gloss Lip Cream. Plumping Lip Cream. This is the shade Hot Toddy. It's like a vanilla scent. I wish it was apple. I know that they have some fall scented, or at least last year they had some like fall or winter scented ones. And then I'm going to spritz some of this Ilia Blue Light Filter Mist. Another lavender smelling product, but I actually really love this mist. It's really light and just really melts my makeup all together, and my makeup always looks really nice when I use this mist. So I'll keep you, here's the final look, zoomed in. But I really like how this turned out. It's nothing crazy, but it was a good excuse for me to kind of shop my stash, test out some makeup I haven't worn in a long time, and pull out some warm tone shades. And I really love how my skin's looking. It's super glowy, and I love all the products I use. So hopefully you enjoyed this fall get ready with me. Let me know if you want to see more fall makeup tutorials. I know everyone is filming them right now, but it's a good excuse to do get ready with me's and chat with you guys. And we'll see you in my next video. Cheers.